you, ma'am. I now take the opportunity to introduce our next speaker, respected Ms. Janatal Mou. She's a research scholar at Department of World Religions, Culture and Culture, Dhaka University, Bangladesh. Her publications include book titled Nari or Dharma, Women and Religion, published in 2015, and articles such as Role of Spiritual Leaders in Conflict Management, published in 2012. Her research work includes one on gender discrimination in 2010. She is currently working on thesis titled Position of Women in Hinduism and Islam. This is ma'am's second visit to India and very first to City Montessori School. Ma'am, we extend a very warm welcome to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Reenadi, for giving me the floor. Thank you so much, dear organizers, for providing me such a big audience. Fortunately, these people are so humble that they will not start gossiping whether my presentation will be absorbable or not. I'm amazed to see such an incredible school, such an amazing bunch of students you are grooming up. My heartiest congratulations to the teacher of CMS. Really, you are incredible. I have started interfaith activities when I was 20. In last 9 years, I have attended so many interfaith conferences and workshops. None of them gave that much importance to the youths and children. This is the first time I found youths have got such a huge platform. Youth as protagonists of social transformation, I found this is the essence of this conference. The whole conference is actually based on the fact of including youths in interfaith activities, which we rarely experience actually. With due respect to our elders, I have to tell that, especially in Asia, our youths do not get the platform to represent their thoughts, their experiences until they get old. Yesterday, one of our US delegates, Mitha, asked me that from which religion I'm going to present my paper. My answer was, I'm presenting from the youths. So, youthfulness is my dharma. I have divided my discussion in two parts. First, we will try to know why we need to include youths and the possibilities of including youths in interfaith activities. And then in my second part of discussion, I will try to find out the ways of including youths in peace building and interfaith activities. So, why it is important to include youths in peace building activities? On July 1, 2016, on a fine Friday evening, I switched on the TV after coming back home from Eid shopping and came to know about the dreadful Gulshan attack, which was just few kilometers away from my home. In Bangladesh, Friday is the weekend, and we used to go for fooding, shopping, partying on that day. So a group of people went to the restaurant to enjoy the day like any other Friday, but they became subject of world news. Whole world became shocked by seeing the bodies lying down at the restaurant in Dhaka. We found the attackers were from the age of 17 to 28. Not only this attack, it is evident that almost all of such kind of attacks have committed by the young militants. The parents of the attackers were crying before the journalist and asking, why my son has gone there? What we did not give him? Why they became terrorists? What was our fault is not in you. The fault is in the system we belong. Our peace builders have ignored the fact of engaging youth in peace process. It is clear that our peace builders have avoided a reality, but extremists and terrorists did their job. They have taken the opportunity. Youths have a strong rebellious power which is needed to be utilized properly. Otherwise, the power will be misused, the power will be misguided. And finally, we will have nothing to do except asking in dismay, where have all flowers gone? We need to prevent our flowers to be gone. Today, more than 1.5 billion people live in countries affected by conflict, a majority of which is under the age of 30. These numbers alone justify the inclusion and consideration of youths in peace-building activities, policy making, and planning. One of the positive things of including youths in decision-making process is that youths do not know the theories. Therefore, they have the power of free thinking. They are not bound by the theories. Rather, they create the theories. They can work freely and practically. The UN Security Council adopted Resolution 2215/2015 in regards to youth involvement in peace and security building within communities. So, we are agreed to include youths in peace process, but it will not work. It will not work until the governments from national levels take initiatives. A huge amount of money and attention is going for armament. So, similar amount of attention is needed for disarmament. The UN resolution urges member states to increase representation of youth in decision making at all levels. The Council also urged member states to consider setting up mechanisms that would enable young people to participate meaningfully in peace process and dispute resolution. Now let's see what our states will do. How we can include youths in peace process? I firmly believe that we need to include interfaith activities in our national curriculum. What would be the process of interfaith learning in schools? I feel that I really do not need to answer this question, at least when I am here in CMS premise, because CMS has already set the example of this. Yesterday, Ms. Farida asked me to finish my presentation within 10 to 15 minutes. I said, of course I will finish. I do not have much to speak. What I decided to tell has already done by CMS. So, now we can follow the footsteps of CMS. We need to spread this exclusive education method of CT Montessori School, which included interfaith and peace-building activities. There is no doubt CMS is doing well, but this is not enough. As long as peace-building and interfaith education is not added in national curriculum of the countries, it will not be effective that much. From the perspective of Bangladesh, I can say that, unfortunately, our education system itself creates disputes among the youths. Yes, this is right. Instead of uniting people, our education disunites people. As far I know, the case is almost similar in all the developing countries. In Bangladesh, we have various streams of educational institutions: Bangla medium school, English medium school, madrasa, and there are also divisions between madrasas like government madrasa and Qawmi madrasa. So there is hardly any similarities in teaching methods, syllabus, opportunities, and students' social position among these institutions. So we are dividing our youths according to their parents' economic condition, and we want them to work united. why we expect too much? When schools are dividing us, how these youths will work united? Another important thing I feel that our education system is so rigid. We cannot encourage our youths to be creative. Most of the schools are tending to create job holders. They are not making decision makers and leaders. They bound students to think from the box, so students cannot think out of the box. I always remember the famous song of Pink Floyd in this regard. In that famous song, children were shouting and saying, "We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control, no dark sarcasm in the classroom. Teacher, leave them kids alone. Hey teacher, leave them kids alone. All in all, it's just another brick in the wall. Hey teacher, leave us kids alone. All in all, you are just another brick in the wall. All in all, you are just another brick in the wall." So, this education system, which is actually creating wall among people, should be changed. Therefore, we need to push our governments to take initiatives from national level to include youths in peace process. Interfaith learning should be included in national curriculum from school level. We need to work on reducing divisions among educational institutes. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for appreciating our school so much. And we think our teachers need to learn from you as well. At such a young age, you have so much to your credit. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
I just wanted to, if I may, just with the chair's permission, just add that, the points that you made have such a connect with everybody here. I asked Reena, she had a word with you yesterday, and we realized she's 28 years old. She's written 2 books and several papers already, and the points that you made here are extremely relevant. In particular, the Pink Floyd song, which I thought was such a rebellious song, such a scurrilous song, you've given it a whole new meaning today, that it has a message for teachers. It has a very positive message for teachers. Don't just be another brick in the wall. Don't just be don't be co-opted into the system. Realizing if the system is wrong, then be different from that, and teach your students that this is not the right system. And in order to build a good system, we shall be doing X, Y, Z. I want you to do X, Y, Z. So that's a very interesting slant on "We Don't Need No Education" song, which seemed very sort of anti-establishment and heretical. And the other thing you said, which I think is very important, is that peace education curriculum is very important. In India, we have a peace education curriculum in the National Curriculum Framework 2005, which the NCERT has given. But apart from paying lip service to it, it's not really implemented in most places. So I think your point is extremely important. Thank you so much.
With this, we come to the end of session 1. I'd like to thank both the panelists for their valuable contribution in helping us take forward our vision and mission of a school to promote unity in the world, and in this case, through unity of religions. Thank you so much.